Yo, waiting for Reg to come in here, yo. Yo, Reg. This nigga here, okay. Oh boy. This is crazy, man. Waiting for Reg to get up in here. We start the show and shit. Yo, talking about BBD today, man. Biv Devoe. Yo, Reg, what up? Click that link, son. Let me know if it's working. Reg, you hear me on here? All right. You know we late as fuck on here. We on black people time and shit. Yo,
Oh,
you hear me? What up?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
I bet. What's good, bro? How you living?
Chilling, son. Chilling.
Oh, you hear me? What up?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah, man. You guys are good ready for this BBD breakdown and shit.
Yeah, you know how we do.
Right. So, you want to tell them who BBD is?
Yeah. Um, how I got into BBD, it was like I was watching Video Music Box one day and I saw the video, but I saw like the tail end of the video, like when they were going down in the elevator,
Yeah.
and I was like, yo, where's the other members? You know, where's Ralph and John and not even Johnny and Bobby or whatever. And I knew like at the time like they were going through their little like issues and shit. Bobby had just left the group and you know, I just was like I didn't know. I didn't know back then we didn't have the internet, so people were just like talking about it and I saw the video finally and it was dope. It was like nothing I never seen before or heard before and they were doing something different and just having the three of those members on there on a song by themselves without their leader and without Bobby and you know I was like yo I like this joint. Then I when the album came out, bought the album, talking about this album, classic album right here, 1990.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's how that was. I mean, I've always been a New Edition fan from day one, even when they came out with Candy Girls in the '80s. All the albums, and I want to have like a New Edition discography. Talk about them later. But I felt like we definitely had to talk about BBD because I feel like they've always been underrated. You know, and to do both hip hop and R&B at that time was unprecedented.
Yeah,
You
very.
know, that like now you hear it all over the radio. If it, whether it's from Drake or Tory Lanez or whoever. But back then, 1990 was unheard of to like members from like a big R&B group like New Edition to break off and do their own thing. Then they doing hip hop and R&B at that, and that I still feel like they've always been underrated. Like you know, and they sold more millions than the actual band, like than New Edition. I feel like they've always been underrated as their little. They had their own movement, as far as like the fashion with the rhinestone denim jeans and the jackets and the boots and the starter hats and all that with the tags still on them. They
Mm-hmm.
always had their own movement, but I feel like people don't really like people overlook them or they don't really mention them like that. So I felt like it was only right to talk about them. Plus, they're like my favorite group of all time as far as like R&B groups. Like New Edition is like my Temptations. For our generation. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't around when the Temptations was around, so like they are my Temptations. You know what I'm saying? And to see them, come from Candy Girl all the way to now, they're legendary. They need to be in the Hall of Fame.
That's a dope story, man.
Yeah,
This might sound kind of crazy, but
yeah,
the way I got into BBD was that Fresh Prince episode when they were doing the music video in the mansion.
right,
Yeah, but this was before I knew that BBD was part of New Edition.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I just thought I just thought it was just like some random rap group or some shit like that.
right,
Like I still remember that one line when Will's friend Will asked her, "What were you doing? What were you trying to do?" He was like, "I'm trying to
right.
get a video." But yeah, then I heard Poison and shit, and that shit blew my mind. Like I love the video, love the dancing,
Right,
love the like the direction, the beat, the Coogee
right,
rap sample. I mean, everything about that song was dope.
right.
Yeah, but the song
Oh,
that really made me a fan
mhm.
is the "I Thought It Was Me" the remix version.
Oh
That
yeah.
that shit. We gonna get into that. We're gonna get
Oh
into that.
yes, definitely, definitely. You know, um, the Poison album, I felt like it was different. It was like a different like vibe to them, and like coming out with Poison, it's like everybody know that song. That's a classic song.
Right.
No matter where you go, of all ages, like even there's kids now that know that song, and they
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even born in 1990, and everybody know that song. My grandparents knew that song, and you know, I didn't know what to expect, after hearing that, and then when they came out with the second single with I Thought It Was Me, love that song. Ricky Bell. I think after New Edition took a hiatus, Bobby went his way. Ralph was doing a solo thing, and he wanted to become like a big solo star. The other three members, they didn't really know what to do. And I remember seeing the interview with Ricky Bell, and he's talking to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and they the ones that really put the idea in his head, like, yo, you need to go off and do your own thing with Mike and Ronnie. And I felt like this group highlighted Ricky Bell's vocal perform vocal performance. Like, I felt like Ricky's always been the underrated member of the group.
I
Like
agree.
when they started, it was mostly Ralph, and then Bobby would be second, on lead vocals. But Ricky never had like that one song where he was lead vocals for, like, at least early on in their career. He never had that one like lead vocals on a hit song of his. And I felt like forming Biv Devoe, this was like their his coming out party to the world. Like, yo, like, I can sing too. It's not just about Ralph and Bobby.
Right.
And um you know having Ronnie and having Michael, they couldn't sing like that. Like, they just did the background vocals, but them having them do like the little raps for like certain songs, I feel like that was like a nice added touch to the group, and that's what made them so unique. Even now at that time, like to have like a underrated singer like Ricky Bell, you know, come out on his own with the other members, and having them, do the rap stuff, that was, unprecedented. And I didn't know what to expect with this album, and then, like, just hearing like different songs like "Do Me," that was like a straight out sex song, and I remember they couldn't play that video on MTV. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a lot of controversy, like playing that, because it was like for that time in the '90s was real raw, and then we was like, a lot of people at that time was just being informed about AIDS and sex awareness and all that. Magic Johnson that just came out, that, and he announced that he had HIV or whatever. And to come out with a song like that, and the video on top of that, it was like real, like, in your face. And they just hit you with different shit. And When Will I See You Smile Again,
Yo.
ballad, I love that song. And I'm not really into ballads, depending on who it is. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I love ballads from like certain artists like R. Kelly or Genuine.
Yeah.
But BBD definitely, they did their thing with that. And it's an all around type of album where it's not just in one genre. Like you have your R&B, you got your hip hop, you know what I'm saying? You got your little house music, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I thought it was a great album, man. What you think about the album?
Me, I probably share my same sentiments with you, Try. Like, very dope album.
Right.
You know what's crazy though?
Mhm.
You know, Ricky did a recent interview with Vlad. You mentioned that.
Right.
He said that they didn't really have that much money, so that's when they can only afford like the Bomb Squad
Right.
and Keith Shockley and all them cats and shit like that. But
Right.
at the same time, that was what made their sound, you know.
Yeah.
Because the Bomb Squad, that same year, they dropped Fear for Black Planet,
Mhm.
dropped America's Most Wanted with Cube and shit.
Right.
Like that year was probably their best year production wise, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yep.
Like, and then but back to the songs, like, I like Dope. I feel like no one talks about Dope like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dope song.
mhm.
Dope.
The original version of Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Ralph, and Johnny. The beat was more hardcore, which I fuck with the beat more hardcore, but the remix was much better and shit.
Right.
I thought it was me love that song.
Mhm.
Do Me Again classic.
Right.
But one song I do like ain't
No.
nothing, ain't nothing changed though. I was recently listening to that today.
Right.
Dope song and shit to be real.
Right.
But yeah, man, like and even the album cover, man, is so dope. I like the album cover, just screams '90s and shit.
Yeah.
Cause I was trying
Yeah.
to,
Um. Yeah. Yeah. Like all of those songs like were great, and you didn't hear nobody at that time doing those type of songs on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
I think it helped them a lot being coming from an R&B group. You know, and then having that hip hop. They always had that hip hop element in their music. You know, like with every album, and they always knew like your favorite rapper at that time, like whether it was Dougie Fresh or Will Smith or Slick Rick. They always had that hip hop following. So I feel like it was a natural, progression, a natural evolution for them when they started this group, and it reflected in their fashion sense and their music. And that's what I always loved about them. You know what I'm saying? Like they always was different from everybody else. You know,
yeah,
definitely. And yeah, and having the Bomb Squad, like the Bomb Squad is a legendary production crew, and Public Enemy. The Public Enemy's a Hall of Fame rap group, and to get the Bomb Squad at that time to do their music, it was crazy.
for
You know
real.
what I'm saying? There's some songs where I could picture like hearing Chuck D on it or hearing like Flavor Flav on the chorus or something.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the Bomb Squad kind of simplified the production for BBD as opposed to Public Enemy?
Nah, not at all. Because I mean, if you listen to Poison, you listen to the remix album,
Mm-hmm.
like the type of production they had on those two albums, like they fit in that same vein as Public Enemy. It's just that you never had nobody sing over those type of Bomb Squad production those beats. You're used to hearing like Chuck D on it.
Right.
So when you hear Ricky Bell on a Bomb Squad beat, is different. It sounds like Public Enemy, but you're getting like the R&B element to that Pacific beat. So I felt like the production, like it fit with them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they went too out of left field to accommodate BBD. I felt like it definitely fit what they were trying to do.
Okay.
Like even with the track masters, like if you look at like there's certain track master songs with like a beat where they might make for like Cormega or like Nas, but you might hear R. Kelly on it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it fit. It could, you know what I mean? Like the same way they make that beat for Nas or Cormega, you can hear R. Kelly on it. They did stuff. They did stuff for Black's first album. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like as a producer, like they know you have to like not accommodate, but you like when you make a beat, you know who you have in mind for that beat already sometimes. So
Facts.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
You want to go to the remix album now?
The remix album, um, was it WBBD Boot City?
Yeah.
Classic, classic album. You know, this was great. I didn't expect this at all. This came out of nowhere. I remember seeing the video for Word to the Mother and on MTV back in then. I thought it was like I thought it was coming out like a whole new album. And then when they said it was a remix album, I was like, oh shit, I gotta get this joint. And I remember when I Thought It Was Me came out, I remember getting the single on cassette maxi single. I got that and it had like the different remixes and they added that to the remix album. And you know that was just like another level to what they were trying to do. And they killed it with the remixes. Like, I mean, the She's Dope remix with Marley on the Marley Marl remix, I love that.
Yes.
I felt like, like to have more a legendary producer like Marley Marl, do that for them. It was banana. That's my favorite remix on the album. And even with the video, like when they're like on tour with the girls dancing and dressed up in the baggy jeans and the hats with them, and it was dope, man. I love that.
That was sick too.
Hell yeah. And they got, the Do Me remix and I Do Need You and Ain't Nothing Changed. The only new song they have on here is Word to the Mother. And that was like their reunion with Ralph Tresvant and Bobby, coming back to the group officially. And I don't think it was official then, but that was like, a lot of fans wanted that. They wanted to hear them come back with Ralph and Bobby, after they were doing their own solo thing, and to hear them all on one song, and then you have Johnny was on it too at that time. That was like the first song that they ever did with all six of them, and I loved it, man. I thought it was. I still played. I thought it was like a great, like, way to for the fans and saying like, yo, like we're back officially, and it's all six of us. You know what I mean? And that was a great song. The remixes was dope, but this is I feel like this is an underrated remix album too, because like at that time, it wasn't like a real big thing for like for rappers to do like remix albums and stuff. That was mostly like R&B and pop. They did that. Like Mariah Carey and Mary J. Blige and Puffy. Like they're known. Jermaine Dupri. They were known for their remixes, but to get like a whole remix album from BBD, that was like that was different, and I feel like it was underrated, definitely.
Facts.
Yeah.
Just to go off topic for one quick second, have you ever heard Bobby Brown's remix album?
Yes, I did hear that. I forgot the name of it though.
I think it's called B-Boy, some shit like that.
Okay.
No, Dance If You Know It. Something called
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might
Bobby has some dope remixes too.
okay, I might check it out then. God,
Yeah.
I love the Girl Next Door remix.
Yeah, that was dope.
With that
But
full
I still love like the regular joints that he came out with. But like hearing a remix, like it don't necessarily have to be better than the original one. But you want it, like, if you hear like a dope remix, it's like another like mood to that certain song. You know what I mean? So I think like that's definitely especially in this day and age, the remix is definitely missed. I don't feel like they do classic remixes anymore.
they don't. And if they
You
do, they
know?
just add a guest verse. That's it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how it was in the 90s when it was like every remix coming out was hot.
For real.
You know? Yeah.
But yeah,
But
we're gonna talk about that.
yeah.
But
What
yeah,
what did you think about the remix album? Have you heard it?
you mean of this one or Bobby's?
The BBD one.
I was gonna say I heard it and shit. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I
Do you
like
have
how
any?
oh go ahead.
I was saying, do you have like any favorite track or like favorite producer that did anything on it?
Oh yeah, like you said with
Mm.
Marley Marl, who did the dope remix, I believe.
Yes, love
Okay.
that.
I love the When Will I See You Smile Again remix from
Yeah,
DJ Close.
That's dope.
I love, especially with the synthesizers and the dramatic beginning and
Right.
shit. Of course, the I Thought It Was Me remix. That's just a
Right.
classic.
Definitely.
I even liked how they slid in the Boys to Men song with track 7 interview and
Right.
shit.
Right. Yeah, because they had Michael Bivins discovered Boyz II Men,
Tracks.
and that was New Edition was always like Boyz II Men's idol. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And it's crazy because Coolie High Harmony was re-released that next year and it became a hit.
Right. Classic album.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, like these remixes, man. I could have done without the Poison London Style remix. I could have done without that
Yeah,
one.
I agree.
I kind of prefer the extended club mix. I
Right.
could have just been satisfied with that, but
Right.
it's still dope.
Yeah,
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
it was cool. Dope. Dope. I'll probably give it like a 8.5 because like you said, like I didn't care for the Poison remix. I don't feel like that song needs a remix. You
I
know.
agree.
Um Even with the Doomy one, like the Doomy remix is kind of different from the video version. So that means they have another remix out there for Doomy, you know. And I
Yeah.
had heard in that same Vlad interview that Ricky Bell gave with his wife, he said that Busta Rhymes wrote something for Doomy. He wrote the chorus or something.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that until I saw the interview, and I thought that was interesting. So yeah, like I like the rest of them remixes, but just like certain ones I didn't, I don't feel like Doomy one they could include the video one on there, and the Poison one I didn't care for, but it's still a underrated remix album. I like it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Then we get worse.
Yep.
Who do
Mm-hmm.
you want to start?
Kui Mac, uh, I remember that was like '93 that came out.
Yeah.
They were going through their issues, and I think the record label wanted them to do another Poison album,
Mm-hmm.
and for whatever reason, like with the success, their heads got big. They got big egos. They were making money finally,
Yeah.
and um, they wasn't gelling. They had arguments. They were beefing, and it showed in the music. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't good. Like I mean, the singles they picked were good. Like Above the Rim.
Yes.
That was like a huh.
I agree.
Yeah, like it was Above the Rim. I remember Above the Rim because he used to always play, you know, during the inside the NBA that NBA show inside stuff. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to watch that a lot, because I'm a big NBA fan, and they used to play that during like the dunk highlights. And even the video is like dedicated to like basketball and stuff. So I like that, and Something in Your Eyes, produced by Babyface. That was a good ballad. Um, what's the other song I like? Show Me the Way. That was a real positive, inspirational song that
I
they really that was like something different for them because they really didn't do that. They were all about like having fun, dancing, girls or whatever. But that was like a real like inspirational song, and but the rest of the album it had some issues, and I felt like they were trying too hard to do another Poison album, you know, and it's the production for me was it just fell off. Like I didn't like a lot of the songs on here. As far as like the concept of the songs feel like BBD, but the production is what like killed it for me.
yeah. Oh man. Is it me or do they sound kind of rapey on this album?
What do you mean like on what song though?
Lovely. I want to talk about Lovely before I get to the
Uh-huh.
album. I'm gonna read you some of the lyrics because I was listening to this album earlier,
Yeah.
and it was like the beat. I was listening to the beat because the beat was dope, but
Right.
then they were talking about, but she's only 16. I'm like, wait, hold on, what?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna read you some of these lyrics,
Yeah.
but I was just kind of like, wait a minute, y'all went from Candy Girl to Lovely, like
Right.
But yeah, before while I'm finding the lyrics, man,
Yeah,
I did not like this album.
right,
Besides Above the Rim, Something
right,
in the Eyes, and Show Me the Way,
mhm,
they just sounded too rapey. They trying to
yeah,
sound so gangster and shit like that.
right, right,
Um, Bivens rapping was kind of obnoxious on this album.
right.
I mean, Ricky was still singing, but he was doing so hard to be Keith Sweat in this album.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that's major. That's major shoes to fill too.
yeah, man. Like, but yeah, I'm gonna read you some of these lyrics. They
Yeah,
said, um, I saw her in a red skirt from a distance.
right.
Pull the rover over. I couldn't resist this queen girl, so round and fine. I
Uh,
know 16 gets me 20, at least 2 years before I get mine. Well, because she's only
uh,
16, wooing. I'm like, oh, I was like, nah, nah, nah.
right.
And you know what's crazy though,
Uh,
Try? The
yeah.
people that love this album bash the
Mhm.
Bobby's Bobby album.
I love the Bobby album though.
Dang. He wasn't
You
talking
didn't
about
like
no.
you didn't like the Bobby album?
You said what?
Bobby album. You didn't care for it?
I love the Bobby album,
Yeah.
man.
That was his last classic album.
I agree. Way better than this rapey trash, though, man. But it gets worse. It just gets worse
Oh
from
yeah,
after.
for sure.
Any more thoughts?
What did you think about the whole album in itself? Like,
I didn't like it.
I don't blame you.
The
And you know
production,
what's crazy? I remember getting this album back in the day. Like, I didn't get it in '93. I got it like in '97 or '98 from Columbia House back then. But when I heard it, I threw this shit in the garbage. Like, I don't have it. I swear to you, like that's like that one and the other one that was we'll talk about next that
oh,
came out like in the 2000s. I don't have those, but I have the remix album and I got the first one and I got the latest one. But Hootie Mac I had, but I threw it away because it just was bad. Like I was like, this is not them. And the record label they didn't even promote for this album. Like
they
they
didn't.
just threw the singles out there and that was it. They didn't do no. I didn't see them on tour for this album. Nothing.
By the way, Jada Pinkett was on the Something in Your Eyes video for those people.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
hmm
That's dope.
mm
You know, and even with they had a song called Gangsta that came out like late '92, and it was like a hardcore track, and that was like supposed to be the first single for Hootie Mac, but the record label said, nah, y'all can't put that out because that's not your, you know, and it's that's why it was not released on the Hootie Mac album, you know, but they the same episode you was talking about with them on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they
Yeah.
actually performed that song
hmm
on there. And they had they performed the song like I remember there's like a New Year's Eve show that they performed it on. But it's not on Hootie Mac because like the record label thought it was too hardcore for them. So they never released it. But you can find it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. They have the video for it too.
So you mean to tell me the song they were performing in a music video version of the Fresh Prince episode was supposed to
Yeah.
be the first single?
That's the actual song, Gangster. That's the actual song that they performed on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Damn, I heard that song in the Fresh Prince. They
Yeah.
ain't sound no gangster to me. I would have
Yeah.
preferred that
Well,
song.
the record label, well, you know, there's a part in the song where Michael Bivins is talking about shooting somebody, and the record label just felt like it was, and just the content of the song, they felt like the lyrics were like a little bit too hardcore for them, so
Mm.
they never released it on the album. But that was supposed to be the official first single from Hootie Mac, but the record label never put it on the album. But the video, they made a video. The video for it is on YouTube. You can see the video if you never saw it.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's on their greatest hits also, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah. But they never put it, and that I was pissed about that too, because I actually liked that song. But when I got Hootie Mac, it wasn't on it. So I was like, yo, this album sucks. The gangster song not even on here, you know what I'm saying? So threw that shit right in the garbage, you know?
Shit.
You know what I mean?
But they put Lovely. They put Lovely on the album where it's promoting pedophilia. But they're not gonna
Go.
Music labels, man. This is why people are going independent now, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's just get over BBD. Oh man, I thought this was like a B2K album cover for me.
Yeah, crazy man.
Yo, why Michael Bivins look like Raekwon on this album cover?
It's true, man. You talking about the one from when was that, like '03 or something?
Oh one.
The next album.
Yeah, 2001.
That's when it was. I don't even remember that. I remember hearing like the song that Rockwilder did like some production on there for them. And
Yeah.
I remember one of the songs Rockwilder did, and I like that song, but the rest of the album was terrible, yo.
Oh yeah, man.
I was like, no, this is. And at that time, it was like nobody was trying to hear them. You know what I'm saying? Cause they was away for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I would have liked. I mean, I know they legends and everything, but I feel like they spent a long time away. Like, and not just them, but Ralph and you know Bobby was going through his shit with Whitney at the time, and you know Johnny was the only one that was doing his albums. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
you know, people slept on his shit, and I felt like the other members they were gone for a long time, and it was like you just come out of nowhere in the 2000s when the whole music scape, the landscape of music was changing. You know, we had
Hmm.
the South that was popping. You know, and you know Jay-Z was big, was doing his thing with the Blueprint. You know, and it was just like for them to just come out of nowhere with this album. I was like, yo, like people wasn't trying to hit them at that time, and it just I didn't even know it was released until like a couple years before, and I heard it. I was like, "Yo, this album is shit," you know.
Man,
And I didn't like it at all, and I just was like, "Yo, I didn't get that shit at all."
I feel you.
Did you like anything off of that album?
Well, to be honest, no, I didn't. I really didn't like
Right.
it, but I do have my thoughts on the album for real.
Yeah.
I think it was just
Mhm.
this just feels like Roman Polanski's favorite album to me. It is just more. I don't know. It's just like it makes Hootie Mac look like Ralph Transvent's first album.
Yes, it does.
Like Dance Bitch,
Hmm.
Scandalous. Like
Right.
I don't want to hear DeVoe singing about this shit. Like really, man. And
I
Rick
hate
was,
it, man.
Rick
I
was
hate
going
it.
through problems with drugs too around this time.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Ugh.
He might have been on drugs when he was doing that album, and even with Hootie Mac, because you know what I mean. Yeah, I remember him saying that it started like the drugs started from like after the Home Again tour, so that was like what 96, 97.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he might have still been on drugs when he made that 2001 album.
Right. Like, this album, man.
Yeah, I didn't like it, you know,
It's not.
and it's a shame that because I felt like Rockwell at that time he was one of the hottest producers out like for Red and Meth and the stuff he did for Janet. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I felt like if they had promoted this album the right way and came back out in the right way, they could have had another hit.
Facts.
And it's just a shame. It was like a wasted moment going by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your final thoughts on that album.
Final thoughts.
Okay. It was sucked. I'd probably give it. That's probably the worst album of their discography. Like Hootie Mac was bad, but there's some listenable songs still on Hootie Mac. But that 2001 album was terrible.
Yes.
And I like that. That should be like erased from their whole discography. You
I
know,
agree.
um, the last album that came out, the latest one, Three Strikes. That was released in 2017. I feel like it was definitely underrated. This album sounds like BBD in 2018. This is what they would sound like now. And Boyz II Men is on here. I feel like that was a long overdue collab. I don't know why they never They never did anything with Boyz II Men before. One More Try. That's the name of that song. That was a good love song with a fast beat. SWV's on here on the song called Finally. That's a nice love song too. I felt like that collaboration with SWV, another, you know, um underrated R&B group at that time. I don't feel like they get the props that they deserve, and I feel like that was a nice love song from both of those groups. They got Eric Sermon. He produced Run. That was the first single. Love that song. He sampled the hypnotized, Biggie hypnotized beat.
Yeah, Herb Alpert.
Yeah, yeah. He sampled that. They got KG doing production on here too from Naughty. That was dope. So they definitely had some big names on here, but I felt like the album was slept on. Like I don't feel like it was promoted right. I feel like they could have like a tour to go with it. They didn't do that. But definitely I think this is their best album since I would say Poison. Like without counting the remix album and everything else, I feel like this is the best album since Poison.
That's a good choice.
Yeah,
I actually never heard the whole album, though, to be real, but from what I've heard, I did like.
yeah,
It was way better than the previous two. I'll give you that. But
right.
one day I'll hear this album.
Yeah, definitely stepped on. Definitely got some joints. My favorite song on there would be All That Dear. That's a song about like big booties, women with big booties, and Vicky Bell singing. Love that song. It has like a little trap feel to it, but it works well for them. Like they definitely updated their sound for today's generation, and they got a little. They still remain true to themselves. They still got that hip hop R&B feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the singing was great. The raps by Ronnie and Ricky was great. Ronnie and Mike was great, and I felt like definitely a underrated, solid album from them. I hope to hear more, albums like that from them in the future. I don't know what they got planned, but hopefully we get like another BBD album, sooner than later.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check the album out one day.
right.
All right, so that's it for BBD.
I definitely give this album, um, I want to say like a 9. It's not a classic, but it's definitely solid. I don't think there's any bad songs on here though. They got Dougie Fresh on the song. I forgot about that. On the first song, Ready, he's on there. Yeah, I want to say I give it a solid 9 for the production, and I like the way that they reintroduced themselves to the new generation without sacrificing who they are and their old sound, their vintage sound. They incorporated both, and I thought that was great. And yeah, I loved it. I love the group. I think they're Hall of Famers. I think New Edition is Hall of Famers. We definitely got to do a New Edition discography.
Definitely.
But I want to have Mike and Steven on there if possible also. I know they listen to them too. You know what I mean? But definitely enjoyed this. Definitely loved talking about BBD. I think people definitely need to go back and listen to their stuff if they slept on them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man.
Yeah, this was dope.
Yeah, we gotta do more of these. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get used to doing it by myself.
Yeah, man. I got a few suggestions we can run
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Okay, we can do. Of course, we talked about doing heavy D and shit.
Right. Yes, gotta do that.
Okay,
Gotta do
of
that.
course, Slick Rick.
Yes, definitely. Mike is gonna join us for that too, though.
Bet that's even better.
'Cause
Oh,
he's
I think
I know he's big on Slick Rick.
yeah, I think Steven too might join.
Okay, dope.
Are you into rock?
I mean, as far as like hard rock or like alternative rock.
Well, list some of your favorite rock bands and shit.
Well, as far as like like I'm into like more like alternative rock, like Green Day and Weezer and the
Mm.
Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Okay,
you
we
know,
can.
Romance. I'm into like all of the groups that I like, except with the exception of Green Day, like Mike hates.
I hate Green.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Mike loves Green Day, but well he likes early Weezer, but
same.
like Linkin Park and 30 Seconds to Mars and those type of Stain. I love those groups, and he hates them. You know what I mean? But as far as like rock, like Guns N' Roses and like I don't really like I know their songs, but I never like listen to their albums. And Aerosmith, I listened to it was like an old Aerosmith album from like the like way back when he first started.
Mm.
And Rolling Stones, like I listened to I forgot the name of the album with Start Me Up on it.
Tattoo you.
Yeah, that I listened to that. But like yeah, but like I never was like a fan of like Def Leppard and like Black Sabbath. Like I know about all these groups, I never listened to them though.
Okay, we can do Red Hot Chili Peppers then.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
All right.
Yeah.
We can do. We can even do like Beastie Boys and shit.
Oh yeah. We gotta get Mike. I know Mike is a big Beastie Boys fan too.
Right.
Definitely wanna. I got a couple of their albums. Definitely wanna talk about them too.
And we can do like a top New Jack Swing albums too.
Yes, that would be like a top 10.
Yes.
Okay, top 10 New Jack Swing albums of that era.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh,
We can do top 10
definitely.
New Jack
That's something different. I never heard nobody like mention that before.
for real because like you don't even see that many R&B lists on YouTube
Right,
like that.
right.
Hell, even R&B reviews and shit.
Yeah,
It's
that
true.
would be dope. That would be
Yeah.
dope. And I know we talked about before we talked about like doing like the top 25 like R&B albums of all time.
I'm still down for that too.
Yeah, at some point we're gonna do. I don't know when we're gonna do. At some point we're gonna do that because like I'm still doing my list for that too. So there's
Yeah.
like a lot of '70s albums that I haven't listened to yet that I want to like at least cover the '70s eras. Because the '80s and '90s and even now I know, but like the '70s stuff I'm not really that familiar with. Like a lot of like Marvin Gaye and Aretha Franklin stuff. So I want to like dig through those albums before I complete my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was actually
That's what I like about you, Reg, because you know your music, like for you being that young, like you got like an old soul, like a lot of '70s music that I don't even know.
I appreciate it, fam. Like,
You know
get
what
it
I
from
mean?
the
And that's what I like about us. We all got different tastes, and that's great, man.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was actually thinking about doing a top 100 R&B albums one day and shit like that.
Top 100?
Yeah, for my channel
Oh
and shit.
shit! Wow, that's gonna be like 4 hours long, yo. Are you gonna like break it down? Is it gonna be like different episodes, or is it just gonna be
Yeah.
like top 100 for the whole episode?
Yeah, I was gonna break it down like with like
Oh, okay.
25. Cause I
Oh,
was
okay, okay. That's dope. I definitely want to be a part of that for sure.
yeah, cause I was definitely thinking about doing like a top 100
Right.
hip hop albums, top producers and shit.
Oh yeah, definitely y'all do that. That's
Yeah,
dope.
'Cause I felt like this year was like a very big year, like for my channel and shit.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, like
Definitely. Music. I thought last year was good, but this year is just as good as last year, if not better.
appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I'm doing a Q&A. I might do a Q&A this week too.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I'll be in there for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Man.
Oh, how
Yeah.
about Rick James?
See, I gotta listen to his stuff. I'm not familiar with like his albums,
Mm-hmm.
but I know like the big hits. But as far as like his albums, like I got all that shit on vinyl. I gotta listen to definitely.
I
I
feel
know
you.
I know he's like a legend. You know what I mean? Like he's like a Hall of Famer. He did a lot for people and shit. So definitely want to listen to his stuff.
That'll be a dope choice and shit.
That's what I like. That's what I like also about us like having these shows that it makes me listen to artists that I never listened to before, like MC Ren and DJ Quick
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Rick James, like, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely like doing these shows with you guys, man.
Facts, man.
You know what I mean?
And that's like the thing about our channels because like we're
Yeah,
actually not reviewing like the same generic classics like
exactly.
we're doing.
Exactly.
Like how many reviews of Ready to Die and the War
Exactly.
can you do?
And we actually yo, speaking of that, we supposed to be doing that on Wednesday with a Porsche from Apartment 5B. You know, Mike wants to do a album review on Ready to Die, so we're supposed to be doing that on Wednesday.
I'll bet is it gonna be like before 4 o'clock?
I don't even know the timing. He just told me about it over the weekend. But like I had did a Ready to Die album review last year on my channel and I ended up deleting it. But we supposed to be doing that. But I'll give you the time because he told me like on Friday night that we were doing one. I'm like, we're doing a I didn't even know we were doing an album review for that, but that's
Yeah,
gonna be interesting. So like to have a female on there with us and to get her perspective on that album, that's gonna be I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, I definitely want to join it because I want to hear her thoughts on me and my bitch though.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like misogynistic songs like that. You know, I want to hear what a female think about that.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
so no.
me and Steven are actually gonna do a review on Intelligent Hoodlums album Thursday.
Okay, I'm gonna check for that. That's another album that I haven't heard. I haven't heard none of his early stuff. Like I know him as like Tragedy Gaddafi when he changed his name, but I never like listened to like his stuff when he was still Intelligent Hoodlum. So I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to that.
It's mesmerizing, man. Like it's like his like way of thinking is like light years
Right,
ahead of his time and shit.
right. And y'all gonna talk about like why he did the name change and all that?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about everything, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, we all sitting
So
here, we talking
definitely.
about everything, man. Shit.
And he's so underrated too. Like I feel like even like him being from here, from New York, is like he don't get a lot of props that he deserves. And he's the one that was like a main piece for like starting like CNN.
And he was the main dude behind the war report, man.
Right, right,
Like Loki, it should have been Capone and Tragedy, because no,
right, right.
Tragedy and Noriega, because Capone
And
wasn't.
it would have been just as great because I mean, like when that album was released, Capone was still locked up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's why he's not like on all his songs. Like it was basically Nori carrying that whole album.
right.
And I feel like Nori was forced to become a solo artist by not by choice, but by necessity because of what happened with Capone.
Loki Capone's not a good MC to me.
Yeah, I don't think he's great like that. I feel like Nori don't get the props that he deserves because like there's not too many people that could have held down a rap group at that when the other one is locked up.
The only one I
And
can think of is MC8.
right, and Nori did his thing and he ran with it and he gets the credit too for that.
Right,
You know, yeah.
man. Oh yeah, we should definitely review the war report too, man.
Oh yeah. I know. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm down for that. I don't know. I don't. I'm trying to remember if we did that or not though.
I know I reviewed on my channel years ago.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think we did that one yet. I know Mike's mentioned something like that, but definitely want to touch on that because that's a classic album. That's what got me into CNN. You know,
For
definitely got to talk about that.
Live On, Live Long is one of the most heartbreaking hip hop songs ever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Fucked.
Hmm.
That war report two just shouldn't have never happened.
Yeah. You
Like
know.
Trash was in jail and shit. Like
Right. Right. And people forget Tragedy is on the War Report. You know what I'm saying? And he
mhm.
killed it on that Stay Tuned Interlude. I thought that was like one of the best songs on it.
Nah. You know what song always gets me in the zone?
Uh,
Channel 10.
oh yeah, definitely
Oh,
banger,
you know
man.
what? I always envision myself doing in that song.
Uh,
Like, one day I want to get like really successful, own
right,
this fucking building, stay on the top floor, have my
right,
queen right next to me. That
right.
song playing in the background when the sunset goes down
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
right,
The
right,
whole city is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like some Scarface kind of shit.
right.
Like that's how much that song like really means to me. Like every song is a goddamn banger. You know?
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Like they bought it. Like the production was A plus, and The songs, everything about it is that's like a groundbreaking, hip hop album.
For real.
Definitely, man. And they don't at them as a group, they don't CNN don't
Mhm.
get the credit that they deserve. I feel like it's always about Mobb Deep when it comes to Queensbridge, and people forget about CNN.
Because they got a bad reputation, according
Yeah,
to Prodigy's autobiography and shit.
right, right.
What do you think about Nari's first album and the reunion album?
Classic Nori. I say this all the time that I bought Nori's first album the same day I bought Hard Knock Life because they both were out at the same time.
Oh shit.
And when I got home, I really was I couldn't make up my mind which one to listen to first. Like I wanted to hear the Nori joint because I heard like at the time like the DJs on the radio were playing like different joints from it. I
Hmm.
wanted to hear that, and then of course Jay came out with Hard Knock Life, and that's what got me into and that was like my first J album. So it was like, yo, I think I was like, yo, I think I had let my cousin hold Hard Knock Life when she played it, and then I played Nori, and then I came back and got it from her and played Hard Knock Life later. But that's a classic album, classic debut album from him. That's severely slept on.
Bad.
The production on there and the tracks, the collaborations. He got like, I want to say he got like at least I think Band from TV is like the top five posse cut of all time.
I agree.
Like to have like Pun on there, rest in peace, Big Pun, and to have Styles and Jada and that man Swizz did the beat like that was a classic posse cut, man. That's one of my favorites of all time. And you know, Body in the Trunk with Nas, like that whole album was classic, and nobody talks about that. I used to promote for CNN for the Union album. I promoted for that album,
Oh shit.
and yeah, this is back when I started doing like promotion for like different record labels, and I remember going to like different pizza shops and hair salons and the supermarket and handing out the reunion flyers for the album when it was coming out. Right when they had dropped Phone Time as the first single,
Yeah.
and handing out posters, and that was a solid second album. I remember when it came out, and I was like, yo, like I don't feel like it was promoted enough, and I felt like, yo, like this album is a tight album, and it had Premier on there on Invincible, and Havoc did some shit on there. I felt like, yo, that's a solid slept on album from them. And
Yeah.
I never hear nobody talk about that one. It's always about the War Report. They don't talk about the reunion. They don't talk about Channel 10. I thought that was a decent album. You know,
Mm.
and I felt like they got some slept on albums in their discography. You don't
I,
feel
I
like
I agree about the slept on part, but I didn't like Channel 10 like
you're
that.
like Channel 10, right?
Yeah. The
That
auto
and that wasn't promoted at all. I feel like that had some bangers on it. That wasn't promoted at all.
Yeah, because I remember 2010, everybody was
Yeah,
on that Young Money shit.
yeah. You know, even the last one, was it War Report 2?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that would have some bangers too, and I didn't even know about that album. My homeboy had actually got it, and he didn't like it, and he gave it to me, and I played it. I was like, yo, like they got some bangers. The Pain joint that Alchemist did,
Mm-hmm.
and the I like the last song, Obituary, and where they giving shout outs to like all the fallen legends like Aaliyah and Easy E and Left Eye. I thought that was a great song. Yo, they should have had a video for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, they definitely don't get talked about, man. They definitely need their props.
I agree.
Yeah,
Since we touched on Pun, we
yeah,
should not only review Capital Punishment, we should review the Don Cartagena album, though.
yeah. We should actually we did review it on Speak Your Cloud, but I wasn't there. I wasn't feeling well.
Oh, yeah, they reviewed Capital Punishment.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that. That was like I think it was back in July, June or July or something.
Yeah, I think I was at work or I missed it for
Yeah,
some shit.
but that's a classic album. Like there ain't too many. There ain't too many. Like me personally, I don't feel like too many albums like debut solo albums that's like beating Capital Punishment. Like even with DMX, like I love DMX first album. I think Capital Punishment was better.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And just everything about like the buzz for that album was like the buzz we had for Get Rich or Die Trying or for like Ready to Die. Like it was that big in New York for Pun. Like everybody's waiting for Pun to drop. You know, and when he came out with I'm Not a Player and then Still Not a Player was like, yo, like even if he didn't come out with nothing else on that album, like those two songs right there, people would have bought the album just for that alone. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know, he was great. I saw Pun once. I got to see him once in concert before he passed away. He was good, and he was still a Punisher back then. He didn't even blow up.
Oh
You
wow.
know, but that album is classic, man. Like I still play that album to this day. Like you know the joints he had on there with Wyclef and with Respect the Deck and Prodigy and with Cuban Link and Triple Six. Like all of those joints were classic, man. And it's a shame that we lost a legend like that.
It definitely is.
You know. But that definitely we could definitely review Don Cartagena because I feel like that was at least for the '90s. I felt like that was Fat Joe's like last good album of the '90s. Like he was like his albums were great in the '90s. The
Hmm.
problem with him was when we hit the 2000s. That's when his discography gets shaky.
When you started working with Cool and Dre.
Right.
Ugh.
And when he started trying to do what the South was doing, because I mean, like at that time it was like New York artists. We wasn't trying to do what the South was doing. There was a lot of them that was trying to do that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it was like they were trying to like to ride that wave that the South was doing, and it didn't work for Fat Joe. At least for me personally, I don't feel like it worked for him. You know, there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of bad albums he had in the 2000s.
Yeah, man. Like I even didn't like the Terror Squad album like that, to be real.
You didn't like the first one?
Not like that. I
I
mean, it was
love the first
okay.
one. I think that one was severely slept on too, and that's when we had like the original Terror Squad members. This is before Remy. You know what I'm saying? Before Remy came in and Tony, even though Tony Sunshine is on the album, but he wasn't. I don't think he was like an official member then.
Right.
But that was a slept on album. Like Alchemist did some shit on there and the Beat Nuts, and I feel like that album is definitely a solid album. You know, but for me, Fat Joe, I think he fell off during the 2000s and he came back. You know, with the Dark Side mixtape. When he came out with that, I feel like this is the Fat Joe that I know. You know, he came back again, and he managed to stay relevant even now. You know what I mean? But I felt like during the early 2000s, like after that Loyalty album, like I didn't like his shit. I didn't like Jose Part Two
Oh
and
no.
some of those other albums that he came out with. I remember he had a song with Lil Wayne. Forgot the
Make
name of that song. Make it rain or some shit like that.
Yeah, I remember that song. That song
Yeah,
got
I
on
didn't
there
like
too,
that.
bro.
That album was terrible. The album after that was terrible. What was that other song album? All or Nothing or some shit. I didn't like
Yeah,
that album either. But
same.
yeah, but he found himself again. You know, I mean, it happens with artists. They take they start off hot and then they get a little lull in their career and then they come back. You know, it happened with Michael and like I said, like I feel like every artist will have a bad album. Some artists have more than one bad album, like Eminem. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I feel like Eminem is experiencing that now. Like he's going through a bad period. He kind of find himself with relapse. He's having another down period.
right.
Well, I feel like he's too talented to not come out with more good music. I feel like at some point he will. I just don't feel like it's right now for him. I feel like his shit is just not good.
Same.
You know? But I definitely feel like at some point, if he continues to do music, that he will find himself and he will come out with the music that people know and love for him.
Exactly.
I have hope for Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like an artist like LL Cool J, I don't know because I think LL, I think he's done. I don't know. I think for LL to come out again, he has to be with the right producer or the
Hmm.
right producers. You know what I'm saying? Like because you know he still got the lyrics. It's just that I don't feel like he progressed with the times, and I feel like he might need to do something with a Derringer or with Apollo Brown or something or Alchemist. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Like it's been a LL to me. He ain't had a solid album since the GOAT. That was 2000. It's already 2018. So I don't know. Like I have more hope for Eminem than LL Cool J. You know?
True, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, bro. I'm actually about to go handle some shit right now, but it was nice wrapping up with you and shit.
Definitely enjoyed this. Glad to have you a part of this, man.
Facts, bro.
You know, anytime you want to do this, I'm down for it, man. So
All right, bro. Hit me up if you have any more ideas, bro.
no doubt, I will. Shout out to everybody at Speak the Clout.
Right. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for watching and shit.
Yeah,
It's your
thanks.
boy Reg.
Yeah, Trap
Peace.
man. Later.
Later.